So for an SBA loan, there is a minimum requirement of a 10% equity injection. So what that means is, and I'm just going to use round numbers here. If it's $1 million business, $1 million project, let's say, you would be required to put $100,000 in of your own cash. Now there is a caveat to that, and I don't want to confuse anybody, but technically the borrower is only required to put 5% of their own cash in. Now this is huge because maybe some of the roadblocks for people to buy their own business is the fact they don't have that full 10% cash on hand. The technical requirement for a borrower is only 5%. Now you get the other 5%. You can get the other 5% as a seller's note. So basically a loan from the business owner that you're buying the business off of, the seller. You can get that 5% loan from them to make up, and then combined with your 5% to make up that 10% equity injection requirement.
So I'm not the best at math. So if $1 million business is for sale, the SBA and your bank is going to cover the 90%. The seller can carry 5%, and I can bring the other 5%. So I can control $1 million asset with essentially, in good credit, $50,000.
Yep.
Like, if that's not a game changer, people, I don't really know what is. And if you wanted to know how to raise funds and stuff like that, we teach and talk about that stuff all the time. So I had an individual that came to me the other day. It was like, I'm thinking about, I have like 40,000 or something like that. I'm thinking about getting into vending machines. I was like, think bigger. You think bigger. You're looking at it from a small perspective. You have to think bigger than that. He's telling you can control a pretty much $1 million business with $50,000, and then it comes back to that debt servicing. Yes, the sba7a or SBA is going to have a note. The owner at 5% equity is going to have a note too. But if that business is cash flowing, well, I'll use $30,000 again because it's easy numbers. If that business is cash flowing $30,000 after everything's paid, we'll say the SBA7A loan is $10,000, and then we'll say the seller carry is $5,000. You're making $15,000 a month. 15 times 12, I don't know, 170 off the top of my head, $1,000 a year. I mean, if you did put $50,000 down on $1 million business, and then that business now is making you $17,000 or something like that a month, you're essentially making your money back in 3 months, 4 months. And then if you saved it up, you could do it again, essentially.